Hi, I am Daniel. I am here with...
Pat Montalbano from the Hammond Sports Hall of Fame.
Can you tell me a little bit about the Hammond Sports Hall of
Sure.
Fame?
Hammond Sports Hall of Fame was started in 1987. We wanted to have a platform where we could recognize some of the great legends in Hammond sports. We have a rich history here in Hammond of many athletes achieving heights of pros, going on to become very, very productive people athletically and important people in the community.
Okay. What would be the criteria for induction?
Okay, to get into Hammond Hall of Fame, first of all, you need to be nominated. And on our website, Hammond Hall of Fame website, which you can access, is a nomination form. And the criteria to be nominated is you need to be obviously a pretty good athlete. You could be a coach. You could be a referee or somebody who adds to the history of Hammond. Could be a guy who's a booster, possibly. For an athlete, you would need to have been out of your sport for 5 years. So say that you played on the New York Yankees. After 5 years after your retirement, you'd be eligible to get in the Hammond Hall of Fame. Some major criteria is you have to live in Hammond or gone to a Hammond school. Okay? And it could be now closed Park and Gavin, Hammond High, which is now Hammond Central. This building right here we're in right now used to be Hammond Tech, and that was the high school. So as long as you went to a Hammond school, you are eligible to be in the Hammond Hall of Fame. If you're a coach, you don't have to have lived in Hammond or gone to school in Hammond. You had to probably have coached a Hammond team, and then either when you retire you can be inducted, or if you reach the age 65, because a lot of the inductees still continue to coach after 65. But if you're 65 years old, you're eligible to be inducted.
Okay. Who is all involved with the Hall of Fame?
Okay, most of the members of the committee that I'm on are former members of that are already inducted into the Hammond Hall of Fame. I am going to read some names. I'm going to read them so I don't forget anybody. Mr. Wes Lukosius, he is the steering committee chairman for the Hammond Hall of Fame. Juan Alba, Allison Buell, Tom Bilick, Jeff Kobe, Carol Cord, Doug Friend, Marie Herring, Ann Mamala, Sharon Myers, Carrie Mitchell, myself, Larry Moore, Ryan Signowski, Dave Stokowski, Rich Torres, and our administrative secretary is Cristo Miranda.
Okay. Can you share some stories of any notable inductees?
Sure. We have many, many athletes, believe it or not, who went on to become pros. Some names I picked out, a Hammond High graduate, his name was Irv Cross. He went on to play in the NFL, played for the Philadelphia Eagles, and later on after his retirement, he became a broadcaster analyst on CBS. He was the first black analyst on that channel at that time. Okay, he was unbelievable. Obviously, a player and an all-star at the time, and he was one of the influential people back then in the NFL. Another one, a girl. Her name was wrote her down here somewhere. Oh, Portia Archer. She's a graduate from Hammond High. She went on to become the assistant director of the G League for the NBA. As a woman, she was the first woman to take over that job. Right now, she is the CEO of the Professional Women's Tennis Association, so she's pretty high up. She has been described as in the top 100 influential women in athletics. Somebody from Clark, Marty Jakubowski, he was a professional boxer. He ended his career with a record of 114-7. He fought for world championships in his time, and he did quite well. Baseball player from Morton High School, Darrell Cheney. He was a shortstop for the Cincinnati Reds. He went on to win a World Series in 1975. Okay. Those are just a few from Bishop Knoll. Joe Winkler, he was the center for the Cleveland, at the time they were called the Cleveland Rams. Now they're the Los Angeles Rams, but he played professional football. And there was Jerry Hoggan from Bishop Knoll. She played in the WNBA, which is the Women's Professional Basketball League. So there's many. I can go on for many stories, but those are some of the highlights and some of the ones that achieved the highest apex that you can get.
Wow. What are some significant moments in Hammond sports history?
Okay, here's one that I found really interesting. Back in 1919, and we're going back a while, even before me, they had a professional football team in Hammond called the Hammond Pros. They played a Thanksgiving Day's game at Wizard Field, which is Cup Field, and they played the Canton Bulldogs, which was led by a guy named Jim Thorpe, who, if you know anything about sports, Jim Thorpe was an Olympic person who won the decathlon. He was the athlete of that time, okay? And what happened is, the year after that, they played on Thanksgiving, and the next year, they started the NFL. And Hammond had a team in the original NFL. It was started by Dr. Young, who was the coach and the owner of the team. And eventually, that started what we now today know as the National Football League. We also had, in 1972, Edison Little League went to Canton, Ohio, and they played for the Little League World Series Championship. They won the American Championship, but they lost to Taiwan for the World Championship. But they were the United States champions that year. And in 1940, Hammond, that was this building right here, they're the only team in Hammond to ever win the basketball for the state of Indiana. You see some of the movies back in the day, the two-hand set shots. Hammond was that, and when they won the thing, they came back to Hammond. There was 100,000 people waiting for them to welcome them back. It's the only team in Hammond's history to win the state championship in basketball.
Wow. So is there anything else you want to add?
The Hammond Hall of Fame is located at the Hammond Civic Center. We invite everyone to come there and go around and see. We have every year representatives since, like I said, 1987 to this date now. You can walk around, you can see all the great athletes, read their bios, see pictures, and things like that. And the media class here in Hammond has helped us recently. They've been filming our event, so you can even go on to our website and you can watch the ceremony if you'd like and do that. Our next ceremony will be next year in March, where we will be inducting our 40th class into the Hammond Hall of Fame. I want to thank you, Daniel, for taking time to interview me and let me highlight some of the things that the Hammond Sports Hall of Fame means to the people of Hammond and means to a lot of people.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.